howl tears through the mist. The hunting signal has sounded. The gray phantoms charge down in unison. The ibex accelerates. Rock dust billows beneath the thin line of life and death. There is no room for hesitation. The chase relies entirely on the downward pull of gravity. The wolves take long strides, their cold eyes locked on the target. Through brutal crevices, the pack pursues with frantic intensity. But the disparity begins to show. The ibex plunges down a vertical drop, bouncing off the wall as if gravity didn't exist. Meanwhile, the wolf pack struggles, their claws scraping against the steep rock face. The fugitive is trying to tear apart the assassin's formation. The wolf pack is the ultimate symbol of terrifying endurance. They fan out, cutting corners, sealing off every escape route, the sound of claws scratching against dry rock. The ibex executes impossible leaps across jagged stone pillars. Despite hesitating for a fraction of a second before the abyss, the wolves recklessly launch themselves after it. Running along a narrow ledge beside the abyss, death awaits at every step. And sometimes, a single moment of carelessness will exact a heavy toll. Both sides are completely exhausting their biological limits. Blocking the path is a 90-degree vertical wall. Utilizing its perfectly adapted hooves, the ibex zigzags to the top like a mirage. Pure frenzy drives the wolf pack to charge straight up the cliff. But nature is strictly fair. Bare pads and wolf claws cannot bend the laws of physics. They slide down, slipping away in absolute despair. But the gray phantoms do not know how to quit. They don't need to catch up immediately. They just need the prey to run long enough to exhaust itself. The point of impact draws closer. Jaws clamp down on the fugitive's thigh. A second one lunges in. The line of survival is thinner than ever, but it does not fall. The jaws lose their grip. The ibex charges ahead in a desperate sprint, leaving the wolf pack sliding behind in a broken formation. A massive chasm blocks the way. No way back. It takes a leap of faith across the vast emptiness. The hunters slam on the brakes. They are forced to surrender to the physical limits of their bodies, helplessly watching the prey escape. Carrying the scar of death, the survivor quietly rejoins the herd. On this side of the abyss, all vitality has been drained. A mournful howl echoes through the mist, a bitter admission of defeat. Nature never shows mercy. Life today belongs to the one with an unbreakable will. In the unforgiving vertical theater of the high mountains, survival is a ruthless transaction where the currency is oxygen, energy, and blood. When the wolf pack and the solitary ibex locked eyes across the mist-shrouded scree, they were bound by a deadly contract. This chase was a psychological crucible, forcing both adversaries to make agonizing, split-second decisions under unimaginable pressure. Consider the wolves. For these apex predators, every hunt is a calculated investment. As the chase veered from horizontal plains to near vertical cliffs, the pack faced a devastating choice. To abandon the pursuit meant accepting a massive loss of calories, pushing them closer to starvation. To continue meant trespassing into a vertical realm where their canine anatomy was fundamentally outmatched. Driven by desperate hunger, they chose the gamble. They pushed their bodies beyond evolutionary limits, forcing bare paw pads to grip razor-sharp rocks. The price for this audacity was immense. Their pads were shredded, their muscles burned with lactic acid, and their lungs heaved in the freezing air. Their ultimate failure at the abyss left them with a profound physical and psychological deficit. They traded their vitality for a phantom, paying a crushing toll for a meal they could not claim. On the opposite side, the ibex operated under a pressure that defies human comprehension. For the Mountain King, there was no calculation of calories, only the primal, screaming instinct to avoid being torn apart. Hearing the rhythmic scratching of claws mere inches from its hind legs forced the ibex into absolute hyper-arousal. Every zigzag on the sheer cliff, every desperate bound over bottomless chasms required flawless biomechanics. A millimeter's misjudgment meant a fatal plummet or the crushing bite of the pack. Cornered at the abyss, the ibex was forced into the ultimate gamble, the leap of faith. The price of this survival was etched directly into its flesh. It escaped with bleeding lacerations, muscles pushed to the brink of rupture, and a haunting trauma. The physical scar it carries back to the herd is a permanent receipt for the brutal cost of living another day. This breathtaking chase exposes the raw, unvarnished philosophy of the natural world. Nature is a strict, emotionless auditor. It holds no sympathy for the starving predator howling in the mist, nor does it pity the bleeding, terrified prey. It merely provides the arena, sets the unforgiving laws of physics, and demands payment. True survival is not an inherited right. It is a fleeting privilege earned only by those willing to endure unimaginable pain. It is a profound testament to the resilience of life that, when pushed to the absolute edge, the sheer willpower to live can defy both the jaws of death and the crushing gravity of the earth. Life endures not because the mountains are merciful, but because when the ultimate price is demanded, some spirits simply refuse to be broken.